You can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. And my feet have come too far for you to tie 'em to the ground. You can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. Set my sights on where I'm going at. Ain't turning back around.
Well, thank you, Beth and Hunter, for being here. I'm Fran Powers. I am the founder of Powered Stories Theater, and I'm here with Deb Kelly. Deb, you can introduce yourself.
I'm the marketing person for Power Stories.
Okay.
And we are, with a team of others, putting together a fabulous, inspirational theater event coming up in October called the Voices of Women Theater Festival. Power Stories has always been all about helping people tell their stories. And when our theater is not dark, we do productions there on live on our stage. But since it is dark, we decided to do these festivals, and they have been just deliciously successful. We did a Festival of Truth in March and was wildly fun and informative and meaningful. And now we're doing one just women, just for women. We
Love
only
that.
want
Love
women to hear their voices. So we put out a call for scripts by women, and we got tons of them. And we
Mhm.
selected the top 18. So we have
Okay.
18 over 12 nights. I think some of them were kind of doubled up. So we have all these plays coming up in October on a wide variety of things. And so we thought it would be great if we could interview some inspiring women in the community, you, to help promote, to just get conversations starting about women's issues and why women are supporting women. So that's why you're here. And we really thank you for being part of our promotion. You both look fabulous. So we only have 4 questions to ask you, so it will be quick, and then we'll see where it goes. So first question is from me, and Beth, why don't you start? Easy peasy. Tell us about yourself.
Well, Valley, that's an easy one, right?
That's the hardest question.
Right, it's the hardest question of all.
Tell us about yourself.
Sure. So I'm Beth Sakowski. I live here in Tampa. I've been here about 4 years. I previously was in Pittsburgh. Please don't hold that against me. I work in compliance and risk management at a software company. And I am the license holder and organizer of TEDx West Shore here in Tampa Bay. And I am the board chairman of the American Lung Association and the vice president of Tampa Crossroads. And I represent the state of Florida in the American Lung Association's Southeast Regional Board for the United States.
That's a lot, Beth.
Checked all the boxes.
That's a lot. Interesting that you're involved with the American Lung Association. When I did my bike ride across the country in 1998, it was for raising money for the American Lung Association. So American Lung had the big ride across America. Thousands of us, went all the way across the United States raising money for that organization. So it was a joy to do that. Okay, you're next. Tell us about yourself, Hunter.
Same question. I'm just going to say I'm happy. I'm done. That's it. I'm happy. So I'm going to check boxes. Let's say my number one thing is I'm a mother of 13-year-old twins, Landon and Nicholas. That is my number one job. Favorite thing to talk about. So if any of the questions have to do with that, I'll be putting them. And I think that's a lot of mothers. It should be all mothers, but it's most mothers. As far as checking the box, wow, my career has run the gamut from television. I was on ABC Action News locally to I was on Lifetime and on Designing Spaces. I'm a former Mrs. USA. I was first runner-up in Mrs. Universe. I am the reigning Miss International World United States. I have founded multiple nonprofits, including Teen Edge. And that's how Deb and I kind of got together. God, I don't know how long ago that was. That was at least a decade ago.
And Megan
Right?
was like 15 and she's going to be 27.
Wow, yeah, a long time ago. So I founded a nonprofit called Teen Edge, and we do motivation seminars for teens. Let's see, I'm on the board of directors for the National Humane Society. I'm on the board of directors of Kids Safe. I'm also on the board of board of directors for Positively Family Partners. So I'm a huge advocate for children with disabilities. That's kind of my, I would say that's the one that pulls at my heartstrings. Like I'm one of the people that doesn't ever say no to anything. So if there's any nonprofits that need me to come do something, I'm always the yes person. So we'll leave it at that. If anybody needs me to do something, yes.
Awesome, thank you.
Great, thank you, guys.
So our second question, which should be just as easy. We'll start with Hunter this time.
Okay.
How do you define success?
I think getting up in the morning and like, my life revolves around happy. And so anything that makes me happy, I feel is success. I learned many, many years ago, if you could tell by how I was checking off the boxes of all the things I've done, I was one of those people that chased. I mean, I thought, wow, success. Okay, I'm going to check all these boxes. I mean, I've done it all. I have a Juris Doctorate. I have a PhD. I mean, I've literally every single box that normal people define as success, I've checked them. Then I got to the end of that and I went, do those things make me happy? And there was always something more that I needed to do. And I realized that I was successful when I got up in the morning and I said, how can I serve my family? How can I serve the community? How can I serve myself? And so my definition of success completely changed. And so I would just say, for me, success revolves around what makes me happy.
Thank you. That's the same question.
Oh, golly, how to follow that? I think this is a really great question because I think as females, success is sometimes held very strangely against us, right? It's we're not always cast in that particular classic role of what success means. For me, success has been always making sure that whatever I'm doing, whether it's something I'm doing for money to live indoors, right? Or something I'm doing in my community, or, something I'm doing for myself, that I'm doing that activity with integrity, and that I can say that I was satisfied with the choices that I made. And I feel like that's success for me. I think Hunter, you alluded to this a little bit, that, early in my career, it was chasing that title or, that next thing, and, going to school forever and a day and should have just become a physician or something for the amount of times I went to college. And that didn't necessarily provide that feeling of satisfaction or allow me to always make sure that all of my deeds and actions had integrity.
Thank you.
Well, I could just listen to you guys more and more. Okay, I have the next question, and Hunter, will throw this one at you. Why
Okay.
is it why now is it especially important for women to be supporting women? Why is it important now?
I think it's always been important. So I think I would say people supporting people, because one of the things I'm really, we've made such divisions, like we're like, male, female, black, white. And it's like, I feel like if we could stop that and just empower everybody. Like, I want to see men at this event saying, go women, it's
Absolutely.
we need to become, there needs to be more of a togetherness. And like you said, especially now, we're separated. Like, this is great for time management. I got to tell you, I was like, oh, it's a Zoom meeting. I can go run, get ready. But that one-on-one is missing. So we really have to make that extra effort to support one another, even in this realm, because it's really easy for us to now, and you see the kids, and I'm just as guilty, we disappear. So I think just people supporting people is probably, in my opinion, something that, you know, needs to be focused on a global. And that's one of the things when we did Teen Edge, we actually had, it was called Girls Camp. And there was one boy, we would have allowed boys. My son came all the time. So, I mean, I totally do support, you know, women and women's issues. But I also, you know, right now, when I watch the news, I kind of want to go, God, do we have to have all these divisions? Can't we just all play together in the same sandbox? So I just think that that's kind of how I would like to look at it. And I think if we all just looked for what was needed and wanted and how we could get up in the day and help somebody, you know, whoever it is that comes in our path, I think we'd be better for it. I know I'm trying to train my children to do that on a daily basis. I'm like, I come home and I'm like, what have you done for somebody else? So I think if we take our focus off of ourselves and we uplift others, you know, that to me is the answer.
Thank you. Thank you. Beth, throwing it at you.
Fun. Okay. So, so when I think about women supporting women, you know, one of the things I think about is sort of the power that we have that is untapped. We're what? At least 50% of the population. So why aren't we supporting each other? Why are we dividing against each other? Why are we judging each other? Why are we finding pleasure and picking each other apart for things that don't matter? Women supporting women is really the way forward, whether it's reform in healthcare, reform in how we take care of the planet. You know, we're watching the future, and the future is female. You know, if we're looking at how the great global leaders are shifting, you know, women are getting elected, and it's really kind of, I think, the next wave, and we need to embrace that and embrace each other and support each other. And I would put money down that there is not a single woman out there that just couldn't use a little more support, kindness, and understanding.
I want to interject because something popped into my mind when you were saying that. It kind of goes back to what I was saying. One of the things that always floored me is that women, you know, we birth the children, we raise our children. Schools, you know, majority are female teachers. And I don't know the stats on that, but I would, you know, just looking at my kids. And, you know, we're setting the future for our children in how they treat women and how they support each other. But we've always been doing that. And I really feel like right now there is a shift in, you know, in how we're raising our children to respect other people. And that just, you know, that gives me hope for the future, is that, you know, as women, we are really responsible for defining what the next generation does to support other women and society as a whole. So, you know, I love organizations like this because we're really highlighting the fact that there is a lot of power. I mean, we've gone from a society, I hate to say it, like we were very, like, there was a lot of male energy. I mean, we were building infrastructures and we needed, like, I want to beat my chest and go, we needed that power to build these things. But now there's more, you know, we're shifting to more feminine energy. And that's where we get to come in and we get to, you know, create peace among people because our energy is really accepting. So like, that's one of the things that really excites me about, you know, women becoming in power, because it's kind of like, I feel that you can kind of go, oh, like it's that kind of energy. So.
Awesome. Thank you, ladies. Our last question should be simple.
It's going to Beth this time.
Maybe. Okay, we'll start with Beth.
See?
What is a quote or something special that you live your life by?
That's kind of a hard one. You know, one of the things that I have jokingly told people I'm going to get tattooed on my body is this, I believe it's Latin. I'll butcher it, but it essentially says like, one day all of this pain will be useful for you. And I thought about that because that seems to be the guiding principle so often as we, you know, overcome things with trials and tribulations, like someday this lesson will come will come to fruition, and I'll be like, that's why that terrible thing happened. But I think for me, you know, it's more than a quote or anything like that. I think I'm really just inspired by the natural strength and beauty of people in the world trying to, you know, do their very best with what they have, if that makes sense.
It does. Yeah, absolutely.
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 Okay, I got this one. I shouldn't have passed it off because I get up every morning. I was like, I got this one. As you're like, I'm not sure. I'm like, oh, I got this one. The other one I didn't have. And I'm actually working on trademarking because I love it. It makes me live a different kind of life every day. And it's 2 simple words. Own today. So often we live in our past, we in our future, we we create things that aren't in existence in our minds. Our minds are these constantly creating a story. I mean, you, of all the people probably watching, they're all really major storytellers or they wouldn't be in this. And so I try to own each day. I don't create what my future, because I gotta tell you, 9 out of 10 times I'm wrong. And I'm probably wrong about what I'm remembering in the past too. And so, you know, part of being happy is I get up in the morning, I'm breathing, I have a roof over my head, my loved ones are safe. And, you know, I appreciate each moment and I own that day. Now, that doesn't mean that we can't, you know, start planning for the next, you know, whatever the next day is. But in that moment, I go, what can I do here and now? What can I do in this very moment? And another thing I do, which I don't even know what book I got this from, so I can't, the own today I can own, this I can't, is if I don't want to do something, I literally go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And I just go do it. Like I stop thinking because I waste so much time. And I think we all do that of, oh God, I have to go do the laundry and I got to go do, well, I could have had the laundry done if I owned my day instead of pushing it, you know? And so that's one thing that really has changed my life, actually.
I do want to also jump in and say there is a RuPaul quote that I use quite frequently, and that is, if they're not paying your bills, don't pay them no mind.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, that's cute.
Well, I know our audiences will really enjoy hearing your interviews because it's going to stimulate them to be thinking about, I wonder what all the other playwrights are going to be talking about at the Voices of Women Theater Festival. Everybody that comes to the plays also get to meet the playwright afterwards and have a chat.
Oh,
you know, it's one of the benefits of buying a ticket for the festival. So it's just been an honor to meet both of you. I hope that I know that our paths will cross again. I'd love to get to know both of you. And Deb, do you have any closing words?
I think as far as like closing words, you know, if you're watching this, you're stronger than you think, and believe in yourself. You can do it. The only person who can stop you is you. Oh no.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You froze, but some things came in and out. And one of the things I heard is you're stronger than you think. And I really want to say one thing, and that's, you know, I spent my entire life trying to create a billboard version of me. And I think we all do that. Like, you know, we're talking about checking box, we all build this billboard version of us. And
Zoom
you know,
filters,
I went
right?
to a real, yeah, exactly. Yeah. And yeah, exactly. Like, I've got a great billboard online. If you go that, you're like, whoa, this girl's got it together. But I really want to stress that, you know, we all go through different times. I went through like a massive divorce and, you know, it was devastating to me. And that's when I realized that I looked in the shadows of my billboard and I got behind my billboard and I went, oh, this is where all the goodness is. This is where the real Hunter lives, is behind that billboard version. So one of the things I really want to leave everybody with is, just because we get on here, and Beth and I, we named off a lot of really cool credentials that mean absolutely nothing So, and I just want to stress that because a lot of times, like I went chasing that. I went going, people will like me because I have all these things. And I realized, I'm going to cry. People like me because I'm me. Like, you know, with all my bumps and bruises and tarnishes. And so, you know, I know that when these playwrights, when they're writing, they give themselves to the, you know, to their work. And so when you go to see that, you are going to see real, you're going to see the bumps and the bruises and the things you can relate to and the non-billboard version of a person. And that's why I love drama, because it allows people a stage to not have to be fake, because people, and that's why people are attracted to it. So I'm excited about what you guys are doing, because I have another thing that I program I do. It's called Women Unfiltered. And I feel like that's what you're offering to people, is a look at unfiltered women and their art. And that's just a gift. So, you know, all of the women that are involved in the festival, I can already say, I want to thank you for exposing yourself, because it is, I mean, to put yourself out there is amazing. So we'll leave you at that.
Thank you, Beth. Thank you, Hunter. Let's please stay in touch, because we want lots of people to be watching these women's and their meaningful work. So, Deb, any thoughts?
Yeah, besides,
I know, sorry.
just thank you for sharing yourselves with us, and thank you for being part of this journey with us and interviewing inspirational women, because you guys definitely are inspiring.
Aw,
Yes,
thank you.
please.
Thanks for inviting me.
Please stay in touch. We want to hear more about your lives and stuff. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
Have a
you.
great day.
Have a
Okay,
great day.
thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
You can't stop me now.